Can you guys tell I'm in a McDonald's parking lot?
No, I was wondering where you were.
I don't know. It looked more like Hardee's to me, bro.
All right, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Put Work In podcast. Today we have special guest Derek Miner.
What up?
Don't everybody speak at once.
Hey, I'm gonna pop off and pop right back on because Riverside is doing something weird. Hold on.
Well, that was a good podcast.
Guys, he's gone. That's it.
There you go.
Solid pod, guys.
It only cost us $500 in Google Play gift cards.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good one. I can already tell.
Yeah.
We broke the ice good.
Yeah.
So if you're here, you missed it. He was here. You know, that's what it is.
That's a little unlucky.
You know, that 30 seconds only cost us $500 in iTunes gift cards.
What up? I'm back, baby.
He's back.
I'm back, baby.
Hold on. Now I'm messing up here.
Oh, man, we struggling.
I think can y'all see me?
Yeah, your video's always messing up.
Yeah, I know it is.
Hey.
I see me. That's all that matters to me.
You're there.
I'm here. All right, Derek. Well, welcome to the podcast. You know, a good majority, not majority, but a lot of our friends know you, know your music. You know, a lot of our audience probably has never heard of you. We are mainly a fitness podcast. We kind of branched out to everything.
Okay.
We're huge, you know, we're huge fans of yours. You know, we're gonna get into it later, but you're pretty instrumental in mine and Carson's development. I'm not sure about Peyton, but you know, when we were teenagers, you were one of our main artists that we listened to.
Man, respect. Thank you, bro. That means a lot.
Yeah. I started tuning in. There'd be like some features here and there, like that song you did with KB, and then I really started tuning in heavy with PSA Volume 3. I still play that today.
Oh, respect. That's a throwback, my boy.
Yeah.
I think I hopped on like right around Minerville.
Okay. Yeah, that's when a lot of people caught on to what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know when I actually got on because like I didn't start getting big in church till 2013. I'm over here, so I didn't even know Christian rap was even possible at that time. You know, but I'd say probably like 2014, 2015, I started listening to it.
That's around that time.
Yeah. I think Minerville is a 2013 album.
Yeah. It was around 2013 for sure. Yep.
Hot Air Balloon.
Can you believe that's been
Ready, Set, Go?
Yeah, Ready, Set,
Go. Those was the ones. Yeah, definitely.
That's been over 11 years ago.
It doesn't feel like that long.
It's been
That's
a minute,
crazy.
man.
No.
It don't. Life be, man, look, don't even get me started, bro. Life be running out it feels like 1 minute you're starting your career and then the next minute you're washed up. Or at least that's what they like to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I've been having fun. I've enjoyed it. You know, I put out several albums and put out several projects. I forgot to tour the world, man. I'm blessed, bro. Like I have no reason to complain, man. Like gold records, Grammy, you know, award-winning albums. You know, I've seen a lot more than when I was, you know, a kid thinking I'm gonna make music. Like this is way more than I anticipated. So I feel really blessed.
That's awesome.
Amen.
So we've kind of established like you're an artist. So for people that aren't familiar with you and like your story, I was kind of thinking about this earlier. Is like as teenagers, you're like your story, your testimony is like this long.
Mm-hmm.
It's like super short, and then you know the older you get, it's like almost you kind of go around in cycles again and again. Not like sin cycles or whatever, but like just like new revelations and changes of who you are. like stuff that happens and like just changes, you know, who you are.
Right.
And, you know, so kind of introduce yourself a little bit to somebody that may not know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Derek Miner. I'm a owner of a record label called Reflection Music Group. I'm a hip hop artist, producer. I've put out, I think, we're talking about like albums that I've been involved in. I've probably put out over 20 albums that I've at least been directly involved with. We distribute. We have a distribution company called RMG Amplify, where we distribute tons of artists like John Keith, Mission. Let's see who else we distribute. We distribute D1, different artists like that. So my specialty is really in faith-based music, and it's just because not anything other than, man, faith is a huge part of my life. But then at the same time, I just feel like I want to bring positivity to the world. So that's really what my whole, like, if you follow me on any of my social platforms, it's going to be about three things: music, comedy, and motivation. Like, I'm going to try to make people laugh, entertain them. We're going to be motivated. And then I love music. I'm a music nerd. So check the studio out. Like, that's, so yeah, this is, they say I got a spaceship. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real deal right there.
yeah, man. So this is what I do, man. I love music, but
You really
I mean,
were
I love
taking
people.
off.
I love people. Was
I was
that?
I was
I said-
gonna make that pun. I was like,
So you
should
really
I,
were
should I?
taking off when you said that.
Taking off from that launch
Take
pad,
off.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
So a few of our friends and our people that follow our podcast were probably there, but this kind of, Carson sent the message he sent you referring to the fifth quarter where you performed in our hometown.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy concert. I loved it.
Yeah.
I, if my memory is correct, you know, we followed you pretty, you know, I won't say religiously, but really closely. And so if I remember correct, you were there and then you shot your music videos for Party People and what's the other one? Who You Know?
Yeah.
The next day. And I was like, it's like, he was here yesterday.
This
you
was
posted it.
so. This was in where was this at? One more time.
Batesville, Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, look, bro. Yes,
Way
I
back
did
in the
that,
day.
and then we went to Atlanta. We shot Party People. We shot Who You Know. The crazy thing about this fifth quarter thing, y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, because whoever was running the fifth quarter event was doing a great job of insulating y'all, but y'all have one of the most funny stories, or I don't know if it's funny. It's funny to me, but stories. I will never forget this as long as I live. So my drummer Tyler was with me. That show was crazy, but some kid got caught having sex under the bleachers during my my set. So my drummer was playing, and he looks up, and I see this weird face, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, he just does like this. And apparently y'all's teacher or whatever scooped the people up and take them back. So then I'm like, what's going on? So then we get off stage and I talk to Tyler. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what happened, but I think somebody was having sex under the bleachers. I was like, yo.
That's nuts. That's completely believable.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it was.
That's right on par.
Because I think there was.
Oh yeah, there's some things that happened at that school. That's believable.
Yeah.
We had a scandal at our school almost every year.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I'll spare you the details, but
oh man, y'all are lit in the SIP, dog. It's like
No
the
lie.
SIP is lit, bro, for real.
no lie.
Yeah.
Come to the SIP.
But yeah,
I don't even.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Were you even there, Peyton?
No, I had like. That was 2015, right? Yeah, I had like. I was
14.
Yeah, like
I was
13 or
years
14.
old. I didn't even. I don't even think I knew him yet.
Oh yeah, you was a youngin,
Yeah.
a youngin for
Youngling.
sure.
Do you do any fitness at all? Do you ever work out or anything?
Man,
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
It's cool. I don't either.
You know what? This is the first year that I haven't made the New Year's resolution that I'm gonna go to the gym. Because I'm like, it's not happening. Like,
at least you're honest. At least you're realistic.
But this is the thing I do love. I don't necessarily work out, but I love hooping. So I play basketball.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. Like just throwing weights is like, even when I was because I played ball in college or in high school, and I probably would have been 10 times better if I just worked out. Like, I just flew off of so much natural ability. But, like, once you get to, like, college, or once you get to, like, even high school, getting to the next level of, like, being a great athlete, like, being in the gym is something that's mandatory. And it just never was a thing for me. And when I was younger, I had springs, you know what I mean? And I was I'm still naturally pretty built, but it ain't, yeah. The gym is not for me, man. But I love hooping, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's
pretty
working
active.
out. I go a while without playing basketball, and you go play a game, man, you just get wore out.
Oh yeah, I'm dreading going back to the gym because everybody hasn't been hooping this Christmas season. We just been eating good, so it's gonna be
it's gonna be fun. At least everybody's gonna be on the same boat.
I've definitely had a more than normal amount of cookies this season. So
right,
that's only right.
Well, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much like in shape you need to be to like rap and stuff, like perform.
Oh yeah.
If you want to give a good performance, if you don't want to just walk around holding your crotch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to be in shape a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of rappers, they have like the girls on stage and all that. Just not good performers. They need distraction. So it's just like, walk across the stage and, hey, pay attention to this girl twerking over in the corner. Don't pay attention to the fact that I haven't done anything for the past
standing there.
45 minutes.
Right? If you look at a lot of concerts today, they're like, I remember, so just a little backstory, me and Dylan, we used to make music. So we're familiar with instrumental tracks for the concerts and stuff. And I don't even think they do that nowadays. They just play the song and like sing over it a little bit. It's not what it used to be.
Man, it's sad, bro. It ain't. But I feel that I'll put it this way, there's a lot of independent artists or artists that haven't really necessarily, went to that next level that do that. But I think if you want to go to that next level, like, people respect the art of putting on a great live show. And I think the artists that you see kind of propel, those are the ones that have a good live show, like, or that stay.
Yeah.
Like, did y'all see Jack Harlow's Thanksgiving Day performance?
I saw a clip of it.
Yeah,
it was rough, man.
I saw any of it.
It was rough.
Yeah.
But
he was
the
rapping
thing
in
is,
the
I think that's gonna, man. But here's the thing too. I think people are giving him a lot more like flack than he's deserved, because he probably didn't even design the set. That probably was designed by the NFL, because So, and the mixing was bad on it. Audio was bad, but I think that this could be a turning point in his career, because if he takes the feedback and does something with it and says, you know what, I'm gonna put on like one of the best live shows, then I think it could be good for him. Like Mac Miller, man. I remember when Mac Miller first started, RIP to one of the legends, but when Mac Miller first started, he wasn't a great live performer. But then you just watched him elevate over time. That live performance is the reason why I'm able to come on a podcast almost 10 years later, because I did something impressive at a show. Like, it's really important for people to get that down pat in the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think even there was this one guy, I saw him perform, and I was like, man, this dude, I've been sleeping on this guy. He's really good. And then I got his CD, and his song wasn't even that good. So that's how much the performance was, it's worth.
Yeah.
It'll do it, man.
Just say my name next time. Jeez.
I think it's something that I think it comes natural for some people, but I think for the large majority, it's a craft, just like making the music itself. That live part of it's definitely something you have to learn that process.
Yeah, the music business is like 5 different businesses in one. It's the business of songwriting, the business of live performance, the business of online marketing, it's the business of merchandising. Like it's anybody that wants to be an artist, like I'm gonna tell you right now, you better have some dog in you. Like you probably have a better chance of making it to the NBA or the NFL than making it as an artist and making significant money. Like,
Okay, but what kind of dog are we talking? Like Chihuahua? Are we talking like German Shepherd?
You better have like Rottweiler for real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Chihuahua ain't gonna get you nothing but a bunch of paid ads on your Instagram. That's all you gonna get out of a Chihuahua.
Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much of a grind the social media online marketing aspect is for it either.
That's for anybody, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think during COVID, everybody just got so used to buying products on the internet, and we've been convinced that the only way to connect with people is on the internet. So now it's so competitive. I mean, even for podcasts, I'm sure y'all know, you guys are promoting your show and having to deal with all that. However many followers you got, you only talking to 3% of them.
Yeah,
Right.
and everybody's got a
They changed the game
podcast
on it.
nowadays.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
just like everybody was rapping back in the day.
Yes, sir. It's even more people
I
rapping
wouldn't
now.
say everybody now.
Yeah.
Well, not
3
you,
out of
Peyton.
4
You're
of
the
us
only.
did.
You're the only one.
I was
one
singing
made
some
it out.
yeehaw, man.
You said
So-
you was what? Paid? What you say you was doing?
Singing some yeehaw music.
What's
Yeehaw.
Oh man, I ain't never heard of yeehaw music. That's hilarious.
Yes, sir.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to, Derek? Do you like? A lot of people would just assume you just listen to rap music. Is that true? You branch out to different genres?
Nah, I listen to everything. Honestly, when you make a lot of music, you kind of fall out of love with it at times. Like listening to it, like it has to be somebody I really, really like for me to spend a lot of time listening to rap. But I go through spells because it's my first love. Like rap is my first musical love. But I listen to rap. I listen to gospel. I listen to classical, jazz. I've been listening to this artist named Yame. He's a French R&B rap artist. That's what I've been listening to lately. Wow. And then I've been into a lot of Afro beat. What is this? This is one cat. Let me see what this dude is I just found. But yeah, bro, like if I hear something that I like, it's on. This dude, his name is Ezekiel, and it's an African R&B artist. Like, and then what else I got on here? Infinity Song. This group called Infinity Song. They got an album called Metamorphosis. They're like a black, what do they call themselves? Singer-songwriter. So it's like, it sounds like I don't know, like Amy Winehouse, but it's like for black kids. Yeah, it's like it's really sad though, man. I'm like, man, y'all need a hug, bro. I want to come to New York and give y'all a hug. But it's dope. It's dope though. You know what I mean? It's dope.
I get you. I've been listening to this here.
Steve Lacy, I rock with him. Yes, sir. What you think, man? Did you like the album, bro?
It's great.
All right.
I've never thought about this until now, just sitting here. But Derek looks like Dante Bow, just without all the facial hair.
Chill out.
I can see that.
Bro, chill out.
With the little beanie and all that.
Yeah, I did kind of, with the beanie. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't remember which one was Dante, which one was Chandler. I was like, oh, it's not Chandler. But yeah, it's like if you grew it out a little bit, man, you could go take the place in Maverick City.
Nah, I definitely can't.
Oh wait,
do that.
he left.
I definitely can't
forgot
do
about
that. Nah, I can't grow facial hair to save my life, bro. This is all I can grow.
I don't think any of us can either.
This is it.
Yeah.
Bro.
By the time it gets somewhere, I'm just like tired of it.
Yeah, by the time it looks like this is like still half homeless looking.
Yeah, and then I got I got like a patch. It's one patch right here. So where these two fingers at, and then there's one right here. Like it's like it looks like a design almost, but it's not symmetrical. It's just, bro, it's bad, bro. My wife, I grew my hair out for I think it was 7 months. It wasn't a year. It was like 7 months. I didn't make it a year. And she just was like, bro, when is you gonna cut this off? I was like, dang, when your wife telling you like
Yep,
when you gonna
that'll
cut it
do it.
off, you
Yeah.
down bad, you know.
It don't
It's
help
usually
that
when I shave.
my jaw is lopsided, so like my facial hair grows lopsided.
Why is your jaw lopsided, bro?
I lost a tooth and it didn't have a replacement, so everything shifted with it, and then it went downhill from there.
Dang, all right, say less. That's what's up. That's what's up. Mississippi, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Land of the missing teeth down
Y'all.
here.
Yeah.
We are
Mississippi
very
Tate.
hybrid. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, Mississippi State.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how to describe people in Mississippi. We're very
Weird.
I was trying to think of hybrid, but there's a different word I'm looking for. But yeah, it's a mix of people.
Yeah.
I
culture.
rock with Mississippi, man. Mississippi it's my grandparents was from Utica, Mississippi. I don't know even where that's at. I've never been there.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's where my grandparents was from.
That's awesome.
Small world.
I ain't never heard of that place.
I
thought he said
I've seen
Tunica
it
at
once.
first. I'm like, hey, that's right over there.
Nah,
That's right over yonder, man.
nah, not Tunica. I want to see what the population of Utica, Mississippi is. I need to see.
Probably
It
7.
sounds
There's like
like it's
3
not
people
very
there for
much.
sure.
Yeah.
I probably
Two
wouldn't
more
live here if I wasn't born
grandparents.
here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, hey, as of 2021, the population of Utica, Mississippi was 633 people, bro.
Wow. More than
That's
I thought.
actually more than I thought. Yeah.
Yep, that's where my granddaddy was from, bro. That was my dog.
Have you so you went to Middle Tennessee State?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Have you always lived in Tennessee?
Most of my life. So my family's from Michigan, from Pontiac,
Okay.
Michigan. So that's where that's where I was born. That's where all my people is at. But yeah, I spent most of my time in Columbia, Tennessee, a little small town.
Okay. Do you have like a specific target audience for your music, like that you think of when you're writing songs, or you just make your music for you?
Nah. So when I write music, I try to think of people that are from where I came from. Like that's really the main thing. So, you know, my dad was an addict, and you know, I came from pretty crazy backgrounds. That was a huge part for me. So I try to write songs for people that didn't really grow up with a lot of guidance, for them to feel heard, right? And then I try to make music for people that are entrepreneurs like myself, that's like go-getters. So like a lot of times people will hear my music and I'm like, hey, we got to get up, we got to go get it, da, 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 da. And they're like, oh, he's so arrogant, he's so cocky, he this, that, and the third. But like an entrepreneur they hear that and it's motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like,
Yeah.
I got to get up, I got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have these, I celebrate the victories because I want others to celebrate their victories, and know that what they did is, is worth celebrating. And, it's confusing, especially because I got a lot of my start, or the majority of my start, in Christian rap, Christian music. So like Christian music is like Jesus, or even when they're rapping, it's like, yeah. It's crazy because a lot of Christian rappers are like, rather than talk about shooting people, they talk about shooting demons. And I'm just not really into that. Or,
dude,
rather
Christian
than
rap
write
used
a
to
love
be
song to
super
their girl, they
theological.
like, yeah, it was like mad theological, and that never really was me, but I was told that was the way to do it.
Right.
So I did that for like an album. It was like a season, maybe like 2011 to 2012. That's when I was really theological, Derek. And then Minorville, which is the album, ironically, that most people know me for, that's when I became, you know what, I'm going to just talk about life. I'm going to talk about where I came from, and I'm going to talk about it from a Christian perspective. And then that's what I kind of want all my albums to do, is just mirror where I'm at in life. And then also the challenges that I've been through, I try to take those lessons and put them into the album. So if people are going through those challenges, they're able to have something to relate to.
Right. And also during that era, like you said, like 2011, 2012, I feel like most of like Christian hip hop was centered around performing in a church anyway. So a lot of people were thinking, okay, well, I need to write music that I can perform in a church.
Right.
And I know since then it's branched out, especially, 2013, 2014. It's definitely a much broader audience. Let's see if I can talk.
Yeah.
I know, you can still perform in the church now. Play some of that old KB sideways.
Get a high gazelle in the church, man.
Yeah, look, I don't mind playing in the church. Like, it's just always awkward because, the kids are confused because they don't want to, they don't want to show their parents who they actually are when they're not around their parents, and their parents are like judging everybody, and it just gets really awkward unless the church has a culture of just like fun and openness, which not many churches unfortunately have that. So that's why I would much prefer to just be in a venue where if I want to take my shirt off on stage and throw water on everybody, just I want to do that, bro. I don't want to have to worry about messing up the plants on the stage because the bishop, and all that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being down in a little southern. Yeah, I couldn't imagine you be down here, like in a nice Methodist church, and then you play Ready, Set, Go, and on go, man, you take your shirt off, and then you throw water on everybody gets saved.
Kicked out immediately.
And it's just, man,
that's always fun because there's usually like this youth pastor who's like, they're trying to push the church into the future because the church is like kind of lagging behind, the kids are struggling. And there's usually like a youth pastor that's like, yo, let's bring out this rapper. And the church isn't really on board with it. So they kind of get in the way of all of the stuff that makes the set fun. So nobody really has fun, and it just kind of doesn't do well. Sometimes there's that. But then there's also, bro, I've been to some churches and I'm like, bro, these kids turned up more than it was at like a regular venue. So it's not, it's just based on the culture of the people that you're around.
So true.
So I just, wherever I go, I'm like, I'm going to just do me and try not to be disrespectful, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, I don't know. I don't think Dylan or Carson have ever come to my church. Man, we've seen so many different types of genres that look, we've sang Leonard Skinner at church. We've sang we've sang Morgan Wallen at church.
That's crazy.
One of my good buddies.
What song did you sing from Morgan Wallen, bro?
Don't Thank Jesus.
Oh man, okay,
yeah,
okay.
So that's the only reason we saw Morgan.
Okay.
I thought they were wild for that.
We've played two Leonard Skinner songs. We've played
which ones was those?
Simple Man. But
Okay.
we played like a different style of Sweet Home Alabama or Sweet Home Up in Heaven. Man, we get the jamming in that church.
Sweet Home Up in Heaven.
Oh yeah.
I bet you, boy, they going crazy on the band over there.
I remember one of the first times I played with them was on like a Memorial Day barbecue we had.
Yeah.
Man, you had all the rednecks from that old Water Valley, Mississippi in there. Man.
Tell you what, boy.
Hey, Rednecks had the most fun, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They be just blowing stuff up, shooting stuff. It'd be crazy. Like, I used to be really like, oh man,
You're speaking his
you
love
go on
language.
tour and start hanging out with a bunch of rednecks. You like, bro, these ones just be back. All they do is just go back here and drink beer and shoot stuff. It's like, this is kind of fun. Get muddy.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Hey, you want to come over here and shoot my AK-47 at this this tree? Yeah, all right, bet. Let's do it.
Hey, man, trying to put that tenant right next to that beehive.
Right.
Man.
You're speaking his love language, Derek.
Yeah. It's
These are
lit.
actual things he would say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I
literally.
don't do none of that getting muddy crap, but
That's huge culture around here is riding in the lake bottom.
Mudding, bro. Yeah,
mudding.
When I started getting older and I was in Tennessee, that was something that the Rednecks did in Tennessee. It was crazy because we had so there was this one dude, man. I'm not gonna say his name just in case this gets out because anything could go viral. But there was this dude that went to my school. It's one of the most racist white boys I ever seen in my life, bro. Like he said some of the most ridiculous stuff. The only time he was not racist was when he was mudding, and he would be mudding and listening to 3 6 Mafia. I was confused. Like it didn't make no sense to me, bro. Like I was lost. I was like, dang, this is lit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, he is a case study today. Like I want to know where this guy is at today and like what his life looks like. Cause he was like, he loved rap music, but he also didn't really like black people. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't get it. But you know, that was, and I think growing up in the like Columbia, Tennessee, like growing up in the South, that was very confusing. And then after a while, I was like, man, well, then every person that's a redneck must fit this stereotype. And you just start seeing, just like the more you meet people, like I thank God for music, because what music did, it pulled me out of my environment and it helped me meet so many different people. So like there was people that I would look at, I'm like, oh man, you know, churches would bring me out. I'm like, why am I here? You know what I'm saying? Like, is all it is people in camouflage. They got the American flag next to the church. And I'm just like, oh man, it's on and popping. I'm like, man, they might run me up out of here, bro. And then the next thing you know, you get Miss Sarah bring you a nice pie. You know what I'm saying? They done brought a potluck, bro. They got chocolate gravy on biscuits and all kind of different stuff. You like, man, and they the nicest people in the world. I was like, it was just confusing. Like it was like culture shock. Like for me, you know, I just didn't really. It broke all of my stereotypes and barriers. So now I just, when I see people, I just try to just say, all right, people, let's see where this is gonna go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You said you see a bunch of people in camo. Their camo must not work if you saw them.
It wasn't very good camo.
Facts. Nah, bro.
So
it's wrong environment with the camo, you know.
My church, you know, going back to the church thing, my church, the density of like local Christian rappers is very high in my church. Like our church, you know how like some churches will play music at the end, like people walking out or whatever.
Right.
They play Christian rap at like the normal church service.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. This is and it's a newer thing because they used to didn't do that, but
that's lit though. That's kind of dope. I ain't gonna hold you.
But yeah, I will tell you, like the band they play very Southern music, but they will let a rapper come on.
Hey,
so
man,
it's very multicultural.
That's beautiful.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, one of my buddies actually sang like a couple different rap songs at my church. Of course, I guess one of them's more of like a hip hop, rock, rap, weird thing. Jesus Freak. I don't know who the band is. I don't remember.
Oh, you talking about the Newsboys? No, not the Newsboys.
I can't remember who it is.
Toby Mac.
Toby Mac.
I'm trying to remember what the name of it is.
I think.
There it is. DC Talk. Yeah.
Marmalade Jelly and I don't even remember the lyrics to it, but that's one of the lyrics. Something about Marmalade Jelly.
I used to rap that on tour for them. I went on tour with the Newsboys, and they were like, "Yo, we're doing this song called Jesus Freak. Can you do the rap part for me?" So I had never heard the song before. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. You know, any opportunity, because they were the closing headliners. This was going to be like the premiere part of the show. I'm like, all right, Ben, I'm finna hop on here. Man, when I heard that song, I saw a man with a tat on his big fat belly and wiggled around like marmalade jelly. I was like, bro, I don't know if I should have told them I'm finna sing this one tonight.
How'd they get away with that back then?
Bro, but I did it, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
Like I did it the first time, and the crowd went crazy. I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll just do it for the... So now anytime if I'm ever on tour, I'm ever in an event with Michael Tate, he always asks me to do that song.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy they got away with that way back then, talking about a big fat belly.
Yeah.
Bro. They got away with a lot.
Can't say that now.
They got away with a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe you could. I don't know.
I don't know. We just did. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we've been kind of talking about this. Me and Carson have about how, you know, I want to say back in the day, but like 5-10 years ago, the vast majority of people, you kind of tiptoeing around, basically not being yourself. Not you. I'm just like as a general culture, people were just kind of tiptoeing around, trying to, appeal to the masses mainly.
Yeah.
And not being their self is really what I'm trying to get at. Not really being who they are. And I feel like lately, last few years, more people the trend has kind of shifted to more of people just, saying what they believe and being who they are, and kind of owning, instead of just pretending. They're being real. And I feel like there's more potential that way, considering like, okay, people can hop on with what you actually believe and what you stand for, more than, because I know me, like, we were kind of compared it to Mr. Beast on YouTube, like the biggest YouTuber ever.
Yeah.
It's not super deep content. It's super like just, it's meant for like, honestly, it's meant for kids. Yeah. And like a lot of adults watch it, but at the same time, like I don't feel like I get anything from that more than I would like a deep podcast,
Right.
And I feel like culture as a whole has shifted more towards the deeper side of it.
I don't know.
If that
His
makes any
world's
sense.
biggest firework video was kind of cool.
Nah, I rock with Mr. Beast, but I got a 10 and 12-year-old. So, but I think the thing about the internet is you can get what you want, and I think that's the power of it. There's that, and I think that's why it's important for you to be yourself, because people may not be on what you're on right now, but if you consistently be yourself, when they need what you have to offer, they'll come to you. You know what I mean? So
yeah, makes sense.
So for Mr. Beast, like right now, the world may be serious. I think it's because we headed into an election season. You got wars happening everywhere. So people are looking for people to help them process all of that stuff. And then there's also people that's like, I don't want to process any of it. I want to watch somebody blow something up. You know what I'm saying? And then they just turn on Mr. Beast and watch them explode, or they turn up some guy in the country blowing up something in the woods. Like, it's like, that's the cool thing about the internet. You can get whatever you need when you need it, for the most part.
There's going to be people out there that are like you and rock with what you're about.
Yep.
Got to put it out there.
Yeah, facts. And it be okay with that. There's going to be some people that just hate it. There's going to be some people that it doesn't matter how you frame it, like what you do. Like, I feel like Marvel needs to learn this lesson, or is learning this lesson now, which is, you built your audience off of, comic book nerds that grew up. And then now you're trying to force literally every person, like you're trying to they're taking the Disney model, which the Disney model is dope, which you look at all the Disney princesses, there's one from every culture. They try their best to spread so far out, but that's not necessarily translating with the live action comic book stuff, because comics have a very specific target audience. It's not to say that everyone doesn't enjoy comics, but the people that are crazy about them are a very certain demographic. And you can expand it, but they're trying to do too much expansion too fast. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I definitely can't keep up anymore. I can't tell you the last Marvel thing I watched. It's just too much all the time.
I can.
Yeah, I and I love Marvel. I grew up loving it, but it's like, man, you got a show every quarter or two a quarter, and it's like, bro, you got one show that's specifically like a rom-com version. You got the horror version. You got the woman version. You got the ones for this demographic, and it's just like, you're trying to expand so fast that you leaving the core behind. Your core may have pieces of those things, but you got to keep your core intact. And I think that anyone on the internet, if they can think, how can I keep my core intact, you're gonna win every time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, like you were saying, there's some people that aren't going to rock with you. Those aren't your people.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to bring this up. So I made like a Facebook post like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I was talking about I don't even have to go into the details because you might disagree, but
Okay.
I said something about men like need to go work out. So, Derek, you need to go work out. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But
Dang, you gonna just insult me in 4K, bro? Let's get it. All right.
Nah,
I
just
said-
1080p.
I said, well, you're in good shape, man. You play basketball, so whatever. But in
Right.
this post, it was like a TikTok formatted post, so it's like 1 minute long.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, men specifically, like, hey, just be in shape. So if
Right.
you ever have to protect your family, you did what you can, basically. And I had like 15 women commenting on there, like, my husband's in shape and all this. And I was like, they weren't like, they were basically just giving their husband the excuse. I
You're
got
leaving
took
out
down
some
by,
very important
Yeah.
choice words.
well,
Oh,
there's a
you
lot.
said it got taken down?
No, I
Oh.
took it down, but I got
No,
8 up.
you're
That's-
supposed to leave it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, he supposed to stand on business,
Yeah.
man.
Stand on
Stand on
business.
business.
Stand on business.
yeah, I got 8 up either way because I took it down, and then all the people that were about it were like, "Bro, you're backing out."
Exactly.
I was like, well-
you gotta stand on it, bro. You gotta stand on it, Dylan.
Repost.
Double down.
Yeah, well, I made the video. I was kind of harsh, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But
I got it.
the people that knew what I was
Real,
talking
you're
about,
real.
like Carson and Peyton, and like
Yeah.
I had a lot more support later on than I did up front because the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm just sent it to soccer moms basically. And that was not my audience at all. I'm looking for like
Yeah.
young men here, and
Right.
and
Yeah.
it, I took
No,
it down
is it-
because
They put it to the young men.
yeah,
Just their
I
wives are on
redid
their
the video
phone.
actually just to give it to them a little softer. Well, my first mistake was posting it on Facebook, so
Right. Yeah.
it would have been fine on YouTube and TikTok and all that, but
Yeah. Facebook is just
It's
argument book. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna call it from here on out. Argument book. But nah, I mean, look, that's the thing. Even those people that were upset, it resonated with them just in a way that might have been accountability. You know what I'm saying? At times. And I think sometimes we think when people are mad at us or they say negative things towards us that like, oh man, we don't want conflict. That's just the thing that humans don't
Yeah.
want at all. But sometimes that conflict is good. Sometimes it's good to push those buttons, especially if you're doing it for a noble cause. Now, if you're being a
Yeah.
clown, bro, you just picking on people just to pick on them, that's different. But if you like, yo, hey, I'm concerned about your health, like get it together, go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? Eat a salad. Like, ain't nothing wrong with telling people that, bro.
right. I completely agree. I'm gonna go repost the video. No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody was
I need to
telling you
watch
say
this video
sorry.
before I co-sign reposted it.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Hey, man, you need to apologize to people. This is mean." I'm like, "Bro, the people
But
that
then
need
you
to hear."
apologize,
Yeah,
and they were like,
everybody
well, you
that
didn't
needed to hear it.
apologize.
Yeah, I didn't really apologize, but I was like, I said this, I meant it, but here I'm gonna say it again a little nicer.
Yeah.
And then, everybody was like, well, "That was great." I had more support the second video, but
Right.
we have a commenter on Facebook said, "Hard things aren't easy to hear." That's true.
That's a fact.
That's true.
That's a fact.
That's true. Carson, you got anything?
You could even say hard things are hard to hear.
I mean, it's pretty
That's-
light right now. I got
that's a
something
better way to
kind of
put it.
heavy. I didn't know if y'all were ready to get into that yet.
Oh man,
I'm with whatever, bro. Let's
I don't
get
know,
it.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
We-
just
we
left the
kicking it.
gym, bro. I'm done with heavy.
Yeah.
yeah, true. Me too.
Pain is ridiculous,
He's
bro.
dumb, bro. This is every day.
Pain is ridiculous.
This is not an act.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Nah,
should try
I
to
know.
run a
I know.
podcast with them.
Have you? Hey, have you ever? You probably seen some like videos of Theo Vaughn, but we
Uh-huh.
told Peyton like, "Hey, you got to be our Theo Vaughn. You just have to say stupid stuff."
Like,
And-
I'll just be Peyton.
And he didn't do that. He's just himself. So
Yeah.
this
Say
is
less.
actually
Say less.
this is actually him. Oh, my dad commented, "Y'all are doing a good job. Keep it up." Thanks, Dad.
Aw, thanks, pops.
You can make me cry.
That must be my uncle.
Well, Carson, you want to get heavy?
Yeah,
Might as
yeah.
We
I
all
really
warmed
don't
up now. We're ready to.
Yeah, I don't know how to ease into it, but we kind of hit on it a little bit, talking about Facebook and then kind of us being from the South, but and just with music kind of taking you outside of your own little bubble. And I think that like
Mm-hmm.
along that line of thinking, if it hadn't have been for like your music when I discovered it, especially when a lot of the things that were happening in the United States back in the day, uh, I probably wouldn't have a lot of the lines of thinking that I have today and the way that I've developed. Like specifically when the Ferguson stuff happened, you and Thizzle and like KB and Lecrae were all talking about that kind of stuff, and it really raised my awareness to it. And that was the first time in my life that I was really, really able to relate to somebody that I really didn't have anything in common with. And I just remember, and me and Dylan talked about this the other day. That was a pivotal moment in my development as a Christian, as a man, and just as a person in general.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When your grandparents are from Utica, Mississippi, 633 people and counting, and then growing up in the rural South, and then being thrust into a world that I just, man, I was just making music from the heart for God, and then I didn't know that there was all of these political church structures and things like that had to do with like faith. I just thought everybody, we just love God and all of that. I didn't know people were like, you know, I don't know. I didn't know it was what it was. Like, I guess I'll just put it that way. And if you know, you know. But a lot of that was me processing stuff, and I learned a lot from that. I also learned a lot about me through that. And I think that the thing that I learned the most about is that you can't run away from your trauma. And the easiest thing for us to do with our trauma is to say it's somebody else's fault, right? So if you grew up, you know, a rural guy in the heart of the deep South, and you know you struggling to find work, and you know you look around and you see a lot of Hispanic people coming into the neighborhood, it's a lot easier for you to say, well, it's their fault I can't find work, as opposed to looking internal, right? It's easier to do that, right? Because the hard work, you know this, when it comes to working out, it's easy to say, oh, I'm not in shape because, you know, my work schedule, or I'm not in shape because my wife this, or I can't afford to go to the gym, you know, as opposed to saying, you know what, whether I can afford to go to the gym or not, there's a lot of sidewalk out there. I'm gonna go for a run, and I can go in my living room and do 50 squats and 50 push-ups, right? Like, there's ground everywhere. You can do push-ups, body weight exercise, but that's it's easier to make that excuse, right? To say it's somebody else's fault. And I think that that's what happens with racism. And then the worst part about it is that there's people that know that, and then they take that same idea and they push that concept to people, and they say, hey, you can't get a job because of these Hispanics, or you can't, your neighborhoods are messed up because of these black people. No, it's not that they're messed up because these black people, they're messed up because those black people can't find a job. Like, and you as a politician aren't doing your job to make sure that everybody can help find a job in their neighborhood. So that's an easier thing, to rather than those politicians get to work and do what they can do to make sure everybody has an equitable life. They're like, nah, we're just going to make everybody think that it's just somebody else's fault, right? That's how this thing works. That's what I found. That was the biggest lesson. But that made me also have to look internal in myself and say, well, where are those areas that I'm holding, where are those areas that I'm forcing on other people that really are things that I need to look in the mirror and fix about myself, you know, my thinking, my perspective. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. I think it's important, as like you said, to look back and kind of see how you ended up where you're at. And then, okay, you know, because as adults, you know, a lot of it's going to be on us, you know. At the end of the day, you can depend on other people to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. And you know, you kind of have to make it happen, and you have to kind of work with what, you know, you come up against. You're gonna come up against a lot, especially, you know, different people in different situations. It's gonna be a little harder, and you know, it may not ever get easier, you know. But you got to do what you got to do. It's kind of what we push, to put work in podcast. Right. You know, we're trying to get people to put the work in, you know, in different areas, not just the gym, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah, and I think that what is helpful, what I was always fighting for during those times, and what I'm fighting for now, it's never been to want to have, black people to be able to say, oh, well, we're just sitting back and not doing nothing. And, because I used to have this perspective growing up that like white people had it so easy. It's like, now they have it easy in other areas, but other areas they have it hard as well. Everybody has their hard things that they have to deal with. But the problem is that a lot of people that are in power, rather than use that power, my white brothers and sisters, rather than use that power to make it equitable for everybody else, we use it selfishly. But black people do that too when they get in power. Like, that's not a black or white thing. That's just a power dynamics thing. And what we have to do is, like what you said, put in work, take accountability. But I also think that it's important for the people to also tell our politicians how we want our country to be ran.
Right.
And they would rather keep us separated and fighting each other on the ground level, right? They would rather keep the poor white guy fighting the poor black guy over kneeling, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kneeling during the national anthem. They'd rather have y'all fighting over that as opposed to y'all coming together and saying, listen, I'm not voting for y'all unless y'all give us some help with these taxes. Like, they would rather us be arguing and fighting over that
he said
than to actually come together and say, yo, let's figure out how we can make it better for poor black people and poor white people, right? I could go on this for hours, bro.
Yeah. One thing too is, like, you just think about how, politicians, they get their money from being elected. Like, they want there to be problems, so they have to be in office. Like, if they fix it all in one term, what's the point of even having them, right? So they're, in my opinion, they're trying to keep their job.
And they also get kickbacks for keeping certain things that don't work for their people. There's lobbyists, right? There's certain things, lobbyists that lobby with these politicians and say, hey, if you vote this way, or hey, I'm going to educate you on this particular topic, and we're hoping that we can count on you, right? They don't tell you that how to vote or whatever, but hey, we're hoping we can count on you. But the next thing you know, this guy is invited out to some extravagant party, and they find ways to help each other out. So but us as the people, if we think less about our differences and think more about how can we come together over things we have in common, man, it's a lot of power there. It's a whole lot of power there. That's what I'm all about.
Very true.
Is that a duck?
Somebody got a duck.
Give me a second, I think.
That boy got a duck. Is it an actual duck? Like, is this man? Oh, his phone is a duck call. That's crazy.
Yeah. That sounds about
right.
right.
Ringtone is a duck call.
Yeehaw. It's like you said.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like, yeehaw is like the amen of the South.
Yeah.
I love it, dog. I love it.
So my dad said y'all are hitting the nail on the head. It all starts at the local level, goes up to the big boys.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's true.
That's facts, Pops.
I think, this is my opinion too, that local politics matter more. You just look at, like, on a certain perspective, at least, look at the different presidents we've had. We've had Republican, Democrat, back and forth, and how much has changed each time. The critical issues that everybody runs for, nothing really changes.
Yeah.
Like the stuff they're pushing, like, we're going to run to do this, they don't actually do that.
No.
And it's pretty much all those stay the same. So, and, day to day, I feel like what affects you more is what happens locally. But
facts. Your roads in your town are not messed up because of Joe Biden.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They fixed that pothole over on Main Street. That wasn't Donald Trump fault. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah, bro. It's, your local politics matter. They matter a lot.
Well, Carson, that was basically your topic. You have anything to follow up on that?
I mean, yes, but like I said, it's I don't know. I guess I brought the heavy stuff, but we've been talking about the whole politics and the taxes thing and not voting and I made I would consider it a hot
ask him
take.
what he thinks.
Yeah, about which
Carson,
part.
ask him what he thinks about the voting thing.
That's
About
where I was
what?
going.
The voting.
So on the last
Okay.
podcast,
Oh, okay.
we kind of debated who's going to vote, who's not going to vote, and I said I'm not going to vote because I would rather pick between pick the greater of two goods and the lesser of two evils. So I'm probably going to sit this one out.
I get it. Yeah, I dig it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, voting yeah. I'll put it this way. I think if you I'm trying to remember what was instituted, because at the national level, the founding fathers did not believe that people would care about the presidential election. I think it was the Electoral College. I think the reason the Electoral College exists is because they didn't believe that we would even care about voting on the national platform. So I would absolutely say if you sat the national platform out, I'm not upset about that. I think though, the local elections, that's where I would say put your effort there.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to sit that out, then get educated about what's happening in your city and state, and then put your efforts there and do that, because you can affect change there. You know, and it doesn't even take a lot of votes. I mean, a couple hundred votes could literally change your city or your state.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I think like the presidential race should have like a 12-team
playoff,
12-person playoff, like fight to the finish. Whoever wins. You know,
like a March Madness.
And you know, in the end, the strongest survive. The strongest win.
They have to have like weightlifting competition.
Look, I put it this way. I say this too. I think that it should be the March Madness style, and then the people that lost, they got to go do normal jobs. They got to go work at Amazon. They got to go. They got to go work at Amazon.
They got to go make some buckets.
They got to They got to go They got to go make some buckets. They got to go dig some ditches. They got to go do that. So then that way they can learn what the normal person has to deal with. So then the next time they run, they'll have a more intimate understanding of why people didn't elect them. So I like March Madness style fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just make it an actual basketball tournament, like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump versus.
There's gonna be some broken knees and ankles for sure.
They gotta hoop it out. They gotta hoop it out in a 2-on-2 tournament. The VP and the president is a 2-on-2 tournament.
Well,
the stakes is you gotta go back to living a normal life.
I feel like Kamala Harris could ball though.
Hey, she probably could hoop. I don't know.
At least more than the other three.
I don't think she's gonna be with Joe this year though. I don't know.
We'll see.
People don't really like her that much.
I can picture that Kamala and Joe versus Trump and Pence. Trump be like, that was a foul.
Pence is absolutely not running with Trump.
Yeah,
Trump tried to kill that man on the way out.
Yeah, they trashed each other on the way out. They were still in office together.
This is the 2016 version.
You said they're gonna let bygones be bygones, bro. Just run it back.
Gotta take one for the team.
Now look, man, I know we've been through some stuff, but like, look, I'm gonna give you a second chance.
Nah, knowing Trump, he probably would pick somebody like Andrew Tate or something, bro. Like,
I would not be surprised.
He gonna pick Kanye.
Right? Hey, yeah.
I would not be surprised about that either.
Bro, Kanye and Trump 2024 is the exact ballot that America deserves.
Yes.
That is the ballot that we deserve, Kanye and Trump. That's what we deserve.
That's perfect.
Man, I could picture that. I don't even know the name of the song, but it's gonna be the new anthem. Friggin', how's it go again?
We don't know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about the Backstreet Boys sample?
Nah. Crap. Anyway, just like You're My Chick-fil-A. I don't know the other part.
Now they know.
Closed on Sunday.
Closed on Sunday. That's what it is.
Yeah. Kanye went back to doing just regular rap.
Yeah,
his new music is he done went back to gangster ghetto Kanye. Like
I was
he
rocking his,
ain't on the Christian. It was
his
funny
Christian
too. I
stuff.
remember when Kanye first became like a Christian rapper or whatever. I had people in my comments saying, "See, that's the kind of music you should make." I was just like, "All right, just wait, We'll see what happens." Yeah,
Yeah, it
Here we
was
are.
definitely a phase. Because Chance the Rapper was a Christian rapper at one point.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. People will just jump on board with like when they hit their one Christian song and be like, "Oh yeah, this is way better than anything you put out or whatever." I'm like, it's not the like.
I just think it's
It's gonna be
funny
back
because I'm
to it.
like, all right, well, yeah, you could go ahead and say that. It is what it is. But when you piss off all the Christian rappers and they just be like, all right, then they get mad when a Christian rappers want to go mainstream. You treat
Yeah,
them like trash the whole time, and then when they're like, man, I don't want to deal with this crowd anymore. I want to expand my audience because everybody's always comparing me to people, and they don't appreciate what we're doing. And then you're like, oh, look at you, you're a sellout. That's why I told you got to just do what you love.
yeah.
And don't care about what people think, because at the end of the day, they're gonna trash you while you're here, and then when you leave, they're gonna trash you for leaving. So those people just wanted to trash you, like there was nothing you were gonna be able to do.
That's true. So before we go, you just put an album out not too long ago. I know you always have like a deeper concept or story to like your albums, which I've always loved. Like, what was your concept, like your inspiration behind this latest album you put out?
So my album, Nobody's Perfect, it really came from me. Like I told you about those conversations about like looking in the mirror and asking myself, like, how do I improve me? And the thing that I found that I dealt with more than anything was perfectionism. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to not make mistakes. And when you really think about that, it's really ego. It's arrogance. It's an innocent arrogance and an innocent ego, but it's like I had this desire that I was going to be the hero that's going to swoop in and save the world. And the truth is, I'm not. I'm in need of saving every day. I need God. I need friends. A lot of times we forget about how powerful it is to have real friends. I need God.
Yeah.
I need friends. I need my family. I need people. And this was my opportunity to be able to make an album for people that felt like they were lonely and lost and that they struggle with that same perfectionism like I did. So I just rephrased it. Most of the time when somebody says nobody's perfect, it's almost like an excuse. Well, nobody's perfect. But I wanted to take that and add power to it, to be like, nah, nobody's perfect, and that's absolutely fine. Like, it's okay for you not to be perfect. It's okay for you to be a human. It's okay for you to have an off day. It's okay. Like, take some of the pressure off of you. And I think because of social media, especially, we look around at others and we see their highlight reel and think that that's their normal life. So we're comparing our everyday life to everyone else's highlight reel. And it's like, nah, man. Kim Kardashian get zits. She get pimples. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye got trash songs. Like, he got some trash songs. You just never hear them. Like, that's just a normal part of life, Like, guys miss days at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to make an album that celebrated us being humans and that it's beauty and imperfection. And we all are just imperfect people that need God. That's the whole point of the album.
Amen, I guess.
Yeah. Heaven, yeah.
I'll start throwing that in. Hey, if I come back to Batesville, Mississippi and do a show, ain't Batesville where they make the caskets? They make caskets.
Yeah,
we did have that.
Yeah,
we did have that.
Right, okay. I'm gonna come in with a casket on stage. I'm gonna pop out that mug and say, "Yeehaw!" That's what I'm gonna do.
That sounds amazing.
At a church, at a Methodist church, Peyton. We're gonna be
at a Methodist church, sprinkling water
I'm gonna
everywhere.
pop up like the Undertaker and say, "Yeehaw!"
No lie,
with my shirt off.
Hey, I went to some WWE matches when I was a kid, and I went to like a Monday Night Raw. If you're a WWE fan, you know.
Yeah.
And like the Flames come. This is like the pre-show. Like they had Kane out there like before the show even started, and the Flames went up. Actually, I think this was like a Sunday event.
Okay.
And like I was like, oh man, this terrified me. I was like a little kid, and I knew the Undertaker was coming out of like retirement or coming back or whatever from an injury or something.
Yeah.
And I knew like this is the main event. It's about to be scary. So like right before that, I was like asking my dad, "Can we please go?" Like I was terrified. I knew it was gonna be like terrible because Undertaker is like a scary type dude. But
right.
Yeah.
I stayed there and I watched it. It was
That's what
great.
I was gonna say. You missing? That's classic, bro. Undertaker versus Kane, bro. That's classic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Raising Cane's, that's pretty good restaurant.
Hey, Raising Cane's is great. I'm not gonna hold you. It's an excellent chicken shack for sure.
It is.
I don't think I've ever watched any WWE.
Yeah, I mean that might be what's wrong with you.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things wrong with me, but that's not one of them.
Yeah, my dad, he said, "Yeah, I was ready to get out. I was ready to get out of the building, no doubt." Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
man,
memory
you had
forever.
Pop scared.
No, like he was saying, I was ready to get out.
Oh,
me.
Oh yeah, you. He was like, oh yeah, you was out of there.
He taught me into staying, so I'm glad we stayed.
Because he spent all that money on them tickets.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe I'll pay him back one day.
Dylan's crying over here. We're staying.
We staying.
Sit down.
We paid for the whole
Just
ticket.
sit
We gonna
down.
use the whole ticket.
We gonna use this whole ticket.
Cover your eyes, son.
And you gonna come to the meet and greet afterwards. I don't care how scared you are. You come to this meet and greet.
That's what I'm like too. Like if I'm paying for a ticket, I'm staying. Like I like to stay the whole game, even like football games, basketball games. Like I don't care if the game's over 2 quarters in. I'm staying.
I'm in there, buddy. We
Except
paid
whenever
for it,
you
baby.
took me to my first college football game, you left the whole quarter just up in the air.
Oh.
Well, because I was outvoted. I didn't pay for that ticket either, so.
Hey, okay. That changes everything. When you pay for it, that changes everything.
I would say this. I went to more college football games this year than I ever have. I think I only paid for one. So shout out to whoever gave me tickets.
Hey, yeah. Shout out to them.
Shout out
I need
for my first college football
plug.
Yeah. Do you what kind of sports do you watch? You just watch basketball?
That's my main thing, but I got into football because my son started playing. So, and he's like, my son is a.
Have you ever been to like a Division I SEC football game?
No, I need to.
That is.
I bet it's crazy,
dude. It's nuts. I wouldn't say like. I'm trying to think. Nashville, like Vanderbilt, would not be the play.
Nah, I'd have to go to Knoxville if I'm gonna go to a
Tennessee
D1. I'm going to Knoxville.
Yeah, that'd be the way to go. I think Alabama probably come up there next year, and that'd be the game to go to. It's a whole.
Just don't get hit by mustard.
What?
Watch out for the mustard.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Why do y'all throw mustard? Why are they throwing mustard?
So
that was
there's a
against
backstory.
Ole Miss, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ole Miss came up there. That's our team's Ole Miss.
Their team.
We came up there, my team, a couple years ago, and there was like there he is.
Oh,
That's awesome. There was like Tennessee didn't like the call, and they threw trash on the field. You might have saw videos of it, but there was like mustard bottles, and they hit the coach. They hit our head coach with a golf ball. Somehow he caught it.
Hit it with a golf ball?
Yeah. So it's like they created a whole culture. That Tennessee does not like our coach because he coached at Tennessee like 15 years ago.
Who's the coach?
Lane Kiffin.
Oh, Lane is y'all.
Yeah, he's our coach. So
Lane ruined Tennessee. Actually, it's not that it's he ruined the program. That's why. Oh, I didn't know Lane Kiffin. Yeah, throw some mustard at him. Yeah, bro. That
we have to kick him off. We have to kick him off.
Yeah, bro. Get him out of here, bro. Like I don't know much, but I know Lane Kiffin deserved to get mustard thrown at him.
That's all he knows. Like, but anyways, they did that. So here's another backstory to it. Ole Miss played. This is like 2 years ago. Ole Miss and Tennessee played baseball.
Okay.
At Ole Miss, and the coach Lane Kiffin threw the first pitch, and he threw a golf ball.
Oh,
it was hilarious.
Okay.
He's like, if you know Lane, he's just he trolls everybody.
Oh yeah, he a big troll. Yeah, he a big.
It's
troll.
Hilarious.
He likes being a villain. That's kind of his thing. He likes it.
Yeah, that's true. So my dad said basketball is where it's at. My dad played basketball like before there was a 3-point line.
How old is your dad?
He's like, let me add it up. He's like
Hey,
55. He's not on Medicare yet. Let's just say that. But he said he's been reffing basketball for 29 years. He's actually a ref. His profile picture
lit.
on here is him reffing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
okay, it's lit.
he graduated 6th in his class.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have to brag on him. Yeah, out of 6 people.
I'm about to say out of 6.
Why are you cooking your dad on your podcast right now?
I had to do that to him.
Let him cook,
Bro.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. Oh yeah. Well, you got anything to tell the people before you head out?
Nah, man. Hey, just thank y'all. I appreciate the opportunity to come out here on the podcast, and hey, you can follow me at Derek Miner on every platform, DerekMiner.com. I'm tapped in. Holla at me, boy.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get the great value version. We were like, is this real? Carson, is this real? And then Carson was like, man, I don't know. I hope I paid him in $500 in iTunes gift card, so I hope he shows up.
I'm gonna be honest. Like Carson sent the screenshot of him like getting you or you saying you want to hop on. I'm like, so at first I'm like, oh heck yeah, and then I'm like, what if you just got some fake dude, man?
Dude, that happens
like,
more than you think.
Some Derek Miner fan page.
I
Yeah, like
bet.
some Derek Miner fan page, and he ain't even paying attention. I'm
Just some random guy.
The scammers are out here, bro. Yeah, the scammers out here. They out here. But nah, it's me. I answer my DMs. I'm one of the few people with platforms my size that do that. But I like talking to people, bro. People for sure.
Yeah, it's fun. Like that's the best part of the podcast, just reaching out to different type of people. We had our sheriff on like a month ago, so this is the spectrum of people we're having on.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all wide range. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, appreciate you coming on. If you want to, you can just hit the leave button. We're going to talk for another minute or two and kind of do some housekeeping. But
thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, likewise, homie. Yeah, it's good kicking it with y'all, man. Y'all be smooth.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bro.
There it was, man.
That was cool, man.
You did it, Carson. You
Carson
outdid yourself again.
Carson been on lunch for an hour and a half.
I took an early one for this. Hey, I'm gonna just say this: they lucky if I come back.
My dad. After this, man, you're basically like that's your life, bro. Just go home.
Yeah,
forever.
I'm too big time for them now. They can't. They don't know me. They don't know me no more.
Yeah. Tell them they're gonna have to give you a raise now.
Yeah,
you want me to come back to work? My dad said facts after I said that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely
we got
like
a couple,
meeting a childhood hero.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, definitely, absolutely.
I like how
what's some other words that mean?
I like how in the middle of any serious topic, Cookie comes out of left field, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking that when he was talking about his album, I was like, he said people missed the gym, and I was like, yeah, Peyton. And I was like, well, I kind of ruined his album promo, but
yeah,
that was great. See, Peyton, you're doing great, bro. You didn't even have to do Theo Vaughn. You just did Peyton Cook.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Without trying.
Congratulations, you're an idiot.
Yeehaw.
Bro, I'll be honest, I didn't even grow up on yeehaw music, bro. I grew up on Nickelback.
Yeah, whatever.
That is yeehaw, bro. This afternoon, that's a pretty yeehaw song.
Hey. Yeah.
Got weeds in the backyard, 4 feet tall.
Oh,
yeehaw.
Goodness.
What's up, Nate? What's up, Britton? I don't know if y'all still here. What's up, Connor?
Oh, bro's late.
What's up, Dad? Let's see who else. What's up, Peyton Cook? That's
our
comments. Appreciate y'all for watching.
No problem, man.
This is honestly like Carson keeps surprising us. So, I mean, who's next, guys? Who y'all want us to have next? I mean, I guess nobody's out of the realm of possibilities with Carson. So,
Bro's
Theo
just gonna
Vaughn?
schedule somebody and we ain't even gonna know who it is.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn up next.
Hey,
That
no,
would be
but for
the
real,
stupidest podcast.
one thing that we need to do is we need to get on somebody else's podcast now. You know?
Yeah, my dad said Lane Kiffin. I've been trying to get Carson to I was like, bro, hit Jackson Dart up, bro. Hit Caden Prescorn.
You
Like,
can't
hit
hit
the
up
whole offense.
Crenshaw
Don't hit
Judkins
Judkins
anymore.
up, though. He's dead
I
to us
gotta-
now, so
Dayton Wade,
I'm a-
bro, get him.
he's fine. He just left.
You think bro
if we
got a
could get Lane
personal
Kiffin on here,
Facebook
it'd just
account?
be- I'd retire. I have no idea. They have Twitter,
I don't
For
got
sure.
Twitter.
but yeah,
I don't got hardly any social media now.
that'd be awesome. We need to get an athlete on next because we've kind of strayed from like gyms.
Yeah,
Nate said I'm the
I just-
funniest human being on earth without even trying, so I definitely beat Peyton. You know, you're second best, Peyton.
yeah,
He said I was roasting my dad in front of Derek Miner.
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Ugh.
The best stuff comes when you don't try to force it.
I got to head
You
out.
headed
I'll
out,
let y'all
bro?
wrap it up. Yeah, I'm gonna make like
All
a
right,
baby
see
and
you,
head
Diddy.
out.
Dang,
We'll
bro,
wrap
you
it
headed
up.
out, bro.
That's what I like to say.
Yeah, I won't say what I said earlier.
I don't even know what you said.
Good.
Our next controversial topic: do bumper plates help your deadlift that much? Blake Dubois, I'm calling you out. Anyways, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
Peyton Dot Cook still, bro.
Peyton Cook. I might have to change it to the Peyton Cook, bro. I'm gonna start changing all my stuff. Okay.
The Peyton Cook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
at least it
start
was the
doing that,
Derek
bro.
Miner, not the Derek Miner.
Not just a Derek Miner.
A
you
Derek
know?
Miner. I'm glad we got the Derek Miner. That's a relief. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Man, y'all put the work in. Do what you got to do. Dylan Young, Dylan McCullum. I'm changing my names. I just haven't finished. Yeah. So new year.
Don't be
Happy.
a burden.
Don't be a burden. Don't be a liability. Stop being fat and late. Oh, can't say that. But
Yeah,
we'll see
okay,
y'all
okay,
next
okay.
time.
Ready, set, go.
Bye.